Yo, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another Minnesota Twins series review. This is against the San Francisco Giants, and it's another series that the Twins lose. That's right, they are not playing very good baseball, imagine that, but they do take the game today, the day game against the Giants, 7-1. They lost the previous two games, 4-1 in Game 1 and 4-3 in Game 2. And let me tell you, Game 2 was the heartbreaker of this series. So let's jump right into this. If you guys have not hit that like button and subscribe, we are so close to 4,200 subscribers. Please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. But let's get right into this game. We're going to start with the Game 1 on Monday, actually. So let's jump into it. The Twins lost this one 4-1. It was a pretty bad offensive showing, but more so it was the first inning that got the Twins here. The Giants got out to 4-0 lead in the first inning. Let's go to it. And this was against Bailey Ober, too. Finally, one time that he blows up. Unfortunately, it's against a sub-500 Giants team. It just kind of is the way that the Twins have been playing lately. So in the first, the Twins give up a walk, another walk, and a double. So already the first three guys have reached base. Bad enough as it is, they're down 1-0. But then Michael Conforto hits a 3-run home run, and that gave the Giants a 4-0 lead. In the 8th inning, the Twins got one run back, but it was already too late. It was Kyle Garlick, a solo shot in the 8th inning. Oddly enough, he had been called up, moved back and forth. Same with Julien, who has been back and forth now since this series. A couple of guys being shifted around. So kind of a tough loss there. They didn't have any offense. Neither did the Giants, really. 2 of their 5 hits came in the first inning, and that was really all that they needed. The bullpen was really good after that. And again, these are the guys. Okay, so this, let me say it this way. Ober kind of exploded, right? Didn't do great. 5 innings, 4 runs, 2 strikeouts is all, gave up 3 walks. The home run, obviously, was the dagger. But Pagan, Jackson, Sands all came in to pitch, all who have been kind of all over the place in recent weeks, years. I mean, like, they are not our best pitchers by any means. Pagan threw 1 clean inning, did give up 2 walks, but that was it. Jax threw a clean inning with 2 strikeouts, and Sands gave up 2 hits, but struck out 4 over 2 innings of work. He's actually done really well this year, so good for him. Credit where credit's due, but again, the offense just not showing up. 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. They left 8 guys on base. Just nothing you could do against this team. I mean, Correa had 2 hits. That's cool. 2 of their 4 hits, but 2 errors. Like, you're not going to win a lot of games like that. That was the bad game, okay? Let's go to an even worse game in terms of the Twins should have won this one. Game 2, the Twins actually get out early. They score in the top of the first inning, or bottom of the first inning. They're at home. I don't know if I said this, but I thought they were in San Francisco this weekend. This week, I don't know why. But, yeah, They score in the first, like they did exactly what the Giants did the day before. Byron Buxton hits a 2-run home run, gives the Twins a 2-0 lead. And honestly, I was watching it at this point. I didn't actually see the home run. I was watching it like innings 2 through 5, I think. And they scored another run then. It was Michael A. Taylor in the bottom of the 5th that scored a home run. The Twins were up 3-0. I mean, they had an 87% chance to win this game. And then all of a sudden, the bullpen explodes again. It's just like the bullpen has been the weak spot lately if it's not the hitting, okay? Sonny Gray did really well in this game. And like he threw 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs. That ERA climbing just a touch, but that kept them in the game. They were still ahead at this point, 3-2, as he exited. He really kind of was, his pitch count was really high in this game, so maybe that's part of the reason. But, 6 strikeouts, still really good. It was the bullpen that struggled after the 6th inning. Or I guess Moran came in the 6th and gave up a walk. Didn't have much else after that. Stewart still has a 0 ERA, but got 1 out, gave up a walk as well. But it was Lopez who gave them, the Giants, the lead, and another blown save for Lopez. It's his 4th blown save. He's 1-2 now on the year. Like, his ERA is still pretty good at 2.45, but, 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, and that was the Michael Conforto go-ahead home run. So, really not great. And then Jax Pagan came in. They also pitched clean innings. Jax struck out the side, so that's good for him. Trying to lower that ERA, but, again, those are not our best pitchers. They were getting in work, and, they kept us in it, but once again, the offense kind of stalled out after the home runs. You look at that, scored 2 runs off of a home run in the 1st, a home run in the 5th. That was it. 6 hits, 3 runs, all of them being home runs. They went 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position. They only left 4 guys on base. They got nobody on base in this game to do any damage with. And that actually put them, they're still in first place because the AL Central is just garbage, but that put them 1 game from being 500. If they lost today, if they would have gotten swept, they would have been 500 and still in first place, ironically. But that was just not a great game. Sonny Gray got maybe bailed out a little bit, but of the loss, but I don't know. It was not pretty. That was a game they should have won. The bullpen, once again, kind of just lets it get out of hand, and then it's over. And it's really bad. Now, once again, if you're a betting man, I probably would have bet that the Twins were not going to get swept at home. Joe Ryan was on the mound today in this one, and Edouard Julien Oppo leadoff blast. How about this in the bottom of the 1st, his 3rd home run of the year, and that started the scoring, and today it worked. It really worked. We'll go through all of the scoring today since they won and talk about this for the next 5 or so minutes. A little bit of a scary situation in the 1st inning. Lamont Wade singles, former Twin. Estrada doubled. There were threats in the 1st inning, but Joe Ryan got out of it. Then the home run by Julian. Byron Buxton singled in the 1st as well and stole 2nd. Things were looking good offensively in response. They did tie it up in the 2nd, but then the Twins went off again. Willie Castro doubled. Matt Wallner doubled, who again got called up. A lot of guys getting moved around in these series. So I don't know if that's good or not, but the Twins back-to-back doubles gave them a 2-1 lead. Ryan Jeffers walked, Taylor struck out, but Edouard Julien with a sac fly made it 3-1. They added 2 in the 3rd. There was a fielding error, a hit by pitch, another error. This was not a clean game either. And then there was a throwing error home. It was actually a steal home, I think, with a double steal. Didn't get to watch it because I was at work, but made it 5-1. They continued on in the 4th. It was a wild pitch that made it 6-1. And in the 6th, Ryan Jeffers hit his 2nd home run of the season to make it 7-1. 7 runs, 7 hits. They did have 2 errors, but the Giants had 3. I think the Giants out-hit them in every single game this week. Yes, they did, but the Twins were able to scrape across 1 win. Like I said, this is not a great Twins team right now. They're playing with a bunch of young guys. They're playing with a bunch of guys that, were not on the roster at the beginning of the season. Julien went 1 for 3, Buxton 1 for 4, Solano 1 for 4 in the 3 spot, Kirilloff 0 for 4, Farmer 0 for 4, Castro 2 for 3. Who would have thought? Wallner 1 for 4 but had the RBI. Jeffers 1 for 2, and Taylor 0 for 4. That is a weird lineup. That is nowhere close to the Twins lineup that I think we would have thought would have been put out there at the beginning of the year. Last year, half those guys were not on our team. They're playing fine, all right? The Twins are not a bad team. They're just not playing like I say this all the time, the potential that I think the Twins have. This is not good to be losing to sub-500 teams, about 500 teams at home. You should be winning those series. You should be taking, 2 games at least. It's tough, but Ryan, 7-1 on the year. He had good 5 innings. This bullpen is just weird, right? Stewart still hasn't given up a run. He has been so good. I should just look up his stats in the next video. But Moran, fine. De Leon, fine. Duran, fine. Struck out 2 in his 2 outs that he got. Cool. That's what they need to do. They need to have a shutdown bullpen, but these are not the guys who you would think could do that. And maybe that's the problem. Their bullpen is just not as solid as it could be. And when their offense doesn't come alive, it's just not the best. So the Twins lose the series. They pick up the last one. I hope this, moves the momentum back into their favor a little bit, but I say that all the time. So cool that Edouard Julien gets the Oppo Taco leadoff home run, and again, that just sparked a lot today. So hopefully that continues. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace.